Okay, today we are playing a game on King's Row. The average SR of this game was 1,664, and we will be playing Lucio on attack and Zenyatta on defense. And our current team composition is Orisa, Tracer, Soldier, Hanzo, Lucio, and Mercy. So, it's not great, because our only tank is Orisa, which is ill-advised, but at the same time, we are in the silver SR range right now, so our team comp doesn't matter overly so, because people probably don't know how to play their heroes correctly anyway. So there's not that much point worrying about it, but we would rather one of our DPS was playing a tank and Orisa was playing a different tank, really, but, you know, we take what we can get. We are also on the console today, by the way. Looks like the Xbox, based on the hieroglyphics I can see right there. So, in the accompanying electronic mail, it says a few things, but the important thing that it says is, I would like advice on how to deal with the Symmetra Torbjorn Bastion combo you see every game in this SR. So, the best advice is pick Pharah, because Pharah counters all of these heroes, and you can dismantle their defense more or less by yourself. You need very little assistance from your team to actually do this, because you can usually just peek Torbjorn's turret to death, because it's probably going to be positioned badly, so you can usually just peek it to death without actually having to worry about it. And then, like, Symmetra can't do anything to you, you're too high in the ground, as long as you're playing around cover and far away, Bastion can't do anything to you, and Torbjorn has to be a god to shoot you out of the air. So, pick Pharah is the best advice I can give you. If you don't want to play Pharah, or you can't play Pharah, try to pick D.Va or Winston, because Winston doesn't really deal with Bastion, but D.Va doesn't really either, but they deal with the other two well, so that kind of, like, balances it out. Winston doesn't necessarily counter Torbjorn that well, but like Silver, you're gonna kill a Torbjorn as Winston, trust me, he's not gonna know what to do when you get on him. And you'll just like dance in and out of your bubble, the Torbjorn's not gonna know what to do, and then you're gonna kill the Torbjorn. But maybe you don't want to play any of these heroes, maybe you just want to play supports, that's fair enough. The best advice then is try to pick Ana, or try to pick Zenyatta. The reason being, you can't trust your team to do anything. You have to do all of the work for them. So, Zenyatta and Ana are the ones that have the most agency over the game. Zenyatta can just straight up kill people himself, and Ana has a really overloaded kit, and you can just, like, deal with all of these heroes, basically. You can, if you're playing Ana, you can sleep the Bastion, you can throw your grenade in and break all the Symmetra turrets, you can half-kill the Symmetra, you can deal with the Torbjorn turret, because you can shoot the Torbjorn from really far away, because here's a tip as well. The Torbjorn's just gonna sit behind his turret, hammering it, even when he doesn't need to. Don't aim at the turret, aim at the Torbjorn standing just behind the turret, and then kill him, then kill the turret. So if you're playing Ana, you can just shoot the Torbjorn, shoot the turret. You can do that if you're playing Zenyatta as well. And you can sleep the Bastion. Bastion's not going to do anything at that point for 6 seconds, theoretically. Then you can, like, throw the grenade on him and all that good stuff. And you'll kill people. You'll make it really hard for your team to die because you're playing Ana. And certain heroes, you nano boost them. There should be no reason that they can't get work done. Like, you can just nano boost, like, the Winston, the Soldier, whatever. They'll get work done. It's pretty automatic. Zenyatta, you can right-click to break the turret. You can right-click to try and kill Torbjorn or break Torbjorn's turret. You can do the same thing to Bastion. You can put Discord on these people. They'll die a lot quicker. Basically, you can't trust your team to do anything, so you have to do it all for them. Lucio can also do this, but Lucio's harder to play, so it's harder to do these things as Lucio than it is as, Ana or Zenyatta. So that's kind of the best advice I can give you. Just don't rely on your team. You have to do it all for them because they don't know what to do. So you have to pick heroes that can, like, deal with the situation themselves, and you have to deal with the situation yourself, basically. So that's kind of the best advice I can give you. The best advice is pick Pharah, because she can just, like, kill all of them. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, if you want further elaboration, you know, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to talk about it. But let's start the game. So we're attacking first. I apologize for the quality of the video, by the way. It does look a little bit like we recorded it through a potato, but we work with what we're given around here. So, there's Symmetra turrets outside the door, which is not exactly unsurprising. So, Lucio is really good at breaking Symmetra turrets because Symmetra turrets only have 1 hit point. So, if you see, like, a turret nest, just, like, peek it, right-click, all the turrets will break. There's a few heroes that can do that kind of thing because they only have 1 hit point, like, McCree. They never want to do this, but if you just throw your flashbang into the room with the turrets, all the turrets break because they only have 1 hit point. So just, like, walk out and break those turrets. So, now we're gonna see that their Bastion is standing in an illegal position. So, also, right, we just noticed in the kill feed, Tracer just died to Bastion. Tracer never got in the doorway. So, that means Bastion is not either she got killed by, like, the Bastion from, like, all the way like this. He's, like, over here and killed her all the way over here. That didn't happen. Or Bastion's out here somewhere, because Tracer never went in the gate. So, something weird must have happened with Bastion. Indeed, Bastion is right around this corner. He's over there. There he is. He's kind of hard to see. There's a lot. That mess of pixels over there, that's Bastion. So he's standing in an illegal position right now, but he got our Orisa before we killed him, which sucks. But we did kill him and Mercy, because Mercy was out here with him as well. We do kind of like waste amp it up right there, because we can't really just go in, because our only tank is dead right now. So we're gonna have trouble like pushing through the doorway. And we don't need amp it up to heal the soldier either, because he's not he's got Mercy on him and he's not really being that threatened. So we basically just waste amp it up right there, because we're not going in and soldier didn't need the amp it up heal. Now we're not healing anybody. We don't want to be in the healing aura right now, because if you're not healing anybody, that's the same as you having no aura turned on at all. So we want to be in, you want to have your default setting should be speed boost, and you need a reason to change to healing aura, not the other way around. So, as soon as you're not healing people, you just want to be in the speed aura. Now we're kind of fucked up, so we need to heal ourselves up. Also, there was a thing a little bit back, which is kind of like minor, but like still important. So we walk forward. We can hear somebody getting microwaved on the right side of us. Just like look over there and break the turrets. So, in general, like look around more. I know you're in the console, so it's kind of hard to look around, but like we're just a lot of just like looking in one direction, just like look around. You want to kind of know what's going on a little bit more. So, our team is back now. We've just killed their Mercy. So this is great news, because Mercy's probably their only healer. So, I don't know exactly what their team comp is right now. Also, push, I was gonna say tab, it's not tab, push, I assume the back button more often, so that you can, like, see, because you want to see, like, what the enemy team comp is, collectively, as soon as possible. But also, like, seeing who on your team has ultimates is important information, because that affects how you're gonna play. So just, like, you know, push, I assume, the back button every now and then to see who, if anybody has their ultimates, and to, like, look at team comps. So, Orisa just went in and got killed right there, and we lost our soldier as well. So, that kind of kills the momentum a little bit, because we just lost these people immediately. Orisa didn't really use her gate properly, her shield properly, because she, like, shot it over there, even though nothing's actually happening over there, they're all over there. So, we did kill 2 people. So, this is the point, like, no wait, we didn't kill 2 people, we killed Mercy. So we killed Mercy, we've got amp it up. So, if you don't mind talking to people, and I don't know, I've seen you talking a couple times up there, but I don't know what you're saying, because we can't hear you. If you don't mind talking to people and you're playing Lucio, if you think it's a good time to go in, say, alright, we got him, let's go, and then you amp up the speed boost and just get in as quickly as possible, because that's like the biggest thing about Lucio, you get through the doorway as quickly as possible. Which is also important with defense heroes, versus defense heroes, I should say, because the, like, thing with defense heroes is the theory is they set up in a zone, and then they control that zone really well. Lucio speeds you through that zone really quickly, and then you just negate that completely. So, you want to be looking for opportunities like that, where they've lost probably their only healer. We don't know exactly right now, but probably their only healer. So, that's kind of time to go. So you go, we're going, and then you just speed boost in. Granted, that is dependent on your team a little bit, but usually if you yell at people, let's go, and amp up the speed boost, they will go with you. So, they went in, they got just, like, mowed down by Bastion, probably, but D.Va got the last hit, so good job, D.Va. I can see Zenyatta's face ever so slightly in the assist thing, so, Mercy was not their only support, but, like, let's be real here. Mercy's their only support. So, and now Hanzo's dead to Bastion. Didn't need to use amp it up right there, because the Mercy didn't need healing that urgently, so that's a waste. Tracer's gone in and gotten killed right there. So, here's the thing. Right, our team, at this point, we can see they have no self-preservation instincts at all. And we're having a lot of trouble doing anything because it's kind of too hard for us to get through the doorway as Lucio right now. We can go through the doorway, but we're going to get, like, microwaved and shot to death, right? So we can't really go through the doorway. So this is the point where you think to yourself, alright, I can't get through the door, I can't trust my team to help get through the door, so I'm just gonna have to play somebody that doesn't need to get through the door. And that's where you play Ana or Zenyatta, and you can just sort of shoot at them from the doorway and kill them yourself. I find Zenyatta is the best one, because as long as you've got, like, decent aim, you can just kill them all yourself. I was leveling a Smurf not that long ago, and it started out in, like, high silver, and just, like, 4 gold medals all game, every game. Zenyatta, easy money, kill everybody yourself as long as you've got decent aim, because the enemy team doesn't know what to do, they don't know where to stand, they don't know how to kill you because they're bad. So as long as you can just position decently and you've got decent aim, you're Zenyatta, you'll kill them. It's sort of that easy as long as you're at, like, you've got, like, the aim necessary to do it. Which just comes with practice, really. So, just killed their Reaper right there. They have a lot of so we've learned that basically they have a lot of defense heroes and Diva. And that's kinda it, really, because they also have a Reaper. So, Soldier's going in with Attack Visor right now. You just switch to the speed boost right now and try to help him kill people. Because, also, we use Amp It Up right there. I don't think we really needed to. Yeah, fair enough. We're healing Orisa. But regardless of that. He uses Attack Visor, speed boost him. You want to make sure he can kill people. You want to try and help him kill people. You healing is not really going to make that much difference because you just used Amp It Up. Unamped up healing is only 16 point something per second. It's not very much. Let Mercy heal him. You speed him up so that he can get into position to actually kill people with Attack Visor quickly. There's a few ultimates like that. Like, if Genji is using Dragon Blade as well, you'll want to, like, speed boost to try and help him, like, get to people and kill them. Attack Visor, you want to make sure that, like, people don't get away from him. He actually kills them. You healing him, fairly inconsequential. It's more impactful for you to speed boost him so he can, like, kill people. So there's Bastion up on the high ground right there. You can shoot at Bastion. You don't have to, like, run away from him as Lucio, because we're kind of, like, outside of his range a little bit now, so you can just, like, peek this, and we've got a projectile weapon. So you can just, like, peek this corner over and over again with your speed boost and, like, shoot at him, and you'll kill him, actually, because we're too far away from him for him to kill us quickly. So, you don't need to be afraid of, Bastion as Lucio, as long as you've got some distance, because your weapon doesn't have fall off. And it's projectile, so you can just peek him over and over again, and you'll eventually kill him. So, most of the enemy team dead right now. This is going well for us right now. So we've almost got sound barrier built up as well. We start coming through here. Like, we just, like, stay out here with your team, because you want to get this last little bit of sound barrier up as quickly as possible. So just, like, stay with them, keep healing. Just, like, keep healing them, shoot at somebody, because you want to get this last little bit as much as possible. Because we've got the momentum right now, so we want to build up sound barrier as quickly as possible, use it, and then just amp up our speed boost so that we can get on the point and kill them as quickly as possible. We come in here, then we come back out, and we're like, oh, fuck, Symmetra turret, oh no, like, just, like, pop your ultimate and go. Because they're mostly dead right now, like, we need to take advantage of this moment. Even if you don't think your team's gonna go with you, if you sound barrier, amp up the speed boost and yell at them, let's go, they will probably go with you, because they're like, oh fuck, sound barrier, let's go. Like, we've killed most of them. We need to, like, take advantage of this momentum, but we're just sitting back here like, oh, you know, I don't know if I want to go in just yet or not. You want to make decisions quickly. You gotta decide, alright, we're going, and then you go. You gotta play with your heart. You gotta make these decisions and be like, alright, most of them are dead, some of them are dead, we've got like a pick or two, we're fucking going in and we're gonna kill the rest of them. And sometimes that's gonna be the wrong play. But it's better than sitting back like, oh, is it time, is it not time, I don't know. Just like, go. Just go. You wanna make these decisions as quickly as possible. Like, if you watch, like, higher SR games, it's not even necessarily that the people are that much better mechanically or anything like that. It's just like decisions are made quicker, basically. They're like, alright, somebody got picked off, let's go, we've got the advantage. This has just been like we had an opportunity to go in here and we just, like, didn't take it. We even had our ultimate. And now, like, the enemy team has started reinforcing, some of our team are getting picked off, Mercy went in and almost died right there. Like, just, like, use your ult. Now we're using our ult when half of our team is dead, and the enemy team has gotten back already. We could have just used the ult a long time ago, and just, like, mowed over the last couple of people that were still alive on their team while we had most of our team. Rather than using it, it looks like mostly reactively to, like, Zenyatta using his ultimate. No, we just want to go. Sound Barrier is a more offensive ultimate than it is defensive. Like, it's quote-unquote defensive. People compare it to Transcendence a lot. They're not really the same, because just, like, think of it in terms of, like, your team gets caught in Graviton, right? If Zenyatta uses Transcendence, you don't die, right? Pharah barrages, she doesn't kill you. Genji Dragon Blades, he doesn't kill you. If you use Sound Barrier, you probably still die, actually, because it degrades so quickly, and the enemy team is doing so much damage. The best use of Sound Barrier is offensively. You're like, alright, we're gonna go right now, and where you pop Sound Barrier as you speed boost in, and then the Sound Barrier shield, it degrades very quickly, but you only need it to absorb the little bit of damage that you're gonna take as you're going in. It's not so good defensively, so just like, if you see the chance to go in with it. And it also builds up a lot faster now. It used to charge mad slow. Now Lucio can actually do damage, so it charges faster. You don't have to worry about, like, wasting it so much as you did before. So, also, that's another piece of advice, honestly, I should have said. The way that, like, that comp works with the Bastion, Torbjorn, Symmetra, they usually just set up around one doorway and focus that. If there's another way to go, just go the other way. Like they're set up in the gate down there, just go up here. Granted, you have to try and get your team to do that with you as well, which is, like, hit or miss, but, like, if one gate is not working out for you, just try the other one, because, I mean, that one's not working out for you, you might as well try the other one as well. You know, there's options in this game. So, you know, Blizzard have put other routes in these games, generally. You know, we got, like, Hanamura, and, Volskaya, and Eichenwald, where it's pretty fucking hard for some of those choke points, because there's only really one way. But if there's more than one way to go, try the other way. Should have said that a while ago, but it just didn't occur to me until right now. So, we've just lost Tracer and Soldier, so we won't be going in anytime soon. I mean, we might be going in, but it won't necessarily get that much done. But Mercy rezzed them anyway, so we're gonna go in right now. So, we are sort of negating the reason we went through that doorway, because we went through the upper right window, and now we're just cutting back across the gate again. The reason you go through the window is so that you can go up the alleyway back here, and then take advantage of this high ground. And then you, like, get your team up here. It's pretty good, actually, because we got, like, a soldier. So, like, the theory is you get up here on the high ground, and then you just stare down at them on their point, and there's not really anywhere for them to hide, because the point is mostly an open square. So if you get up there, there's not very many places for them to hide, and you just pressure them until you see an opportunity to go in. Now we're just, like, going back across the choke point again, so that's kind of defeats the point of going through the doorway that we went through. Very scary right there. We put ourselves in an enclosed location with this Symmetra who has armor as well, so we don't really want to do that, because that's very scary. We see behind us that the Zenyatta has just died, but we've lost our Soldier. Now we've lost our Mercy and our D.Va. It's not gonna work. We want to just leave now. Just, like, put on the speed boost and try to get out the gate again, because you're gonna lose this fight. Just right-click the turrets. They only have one hit point. You'll break them all. So don't just, like, shoot at them one at a time. But then we got killed, and we didn't get the point, unsurprisingly. We never really did very much. You know, part of this is our team, you know, but we are playing Lucio as well, who can be played very aggressively, and we never really did that. Granted, it's very hard to do that against a team that's like Bastion and Symmetra. So, you know, Lucio, change it to, like, Zenyatta and Ana, and then you don't have to get through the gate, and you can kill them through the gate instead. So, we're gonna play Zenyatta now. Apparently the reason we did this was our team wanted more DPS, so we changed to Zenyatta, which is fair enough. I would have already been playing Zenyatta because I don't trust anyone. So right there we look at our team and we see it's fucking awful, and we are not feeling very optimistic about this one, because we have a Sombra and a Roadhog. Roadhog not really a hero in the game right now. Sombra is fine, but there's no way this person in Silver SR knows how to play Sombra correctly, so we're not feeling too optimistic about this one. We're gonna have to kill a lot of people if we want to hold this point. As you can probably infer from the timeline, we don't hold this point. So, we are playing Zenyatta. So we want to be careful about standing like this, because very common for the attacking team on King's Row to have a sniper, at least right at the start of the game. They might change, but it's pretty common for them to, like, start as a sniper and just, like, try to get somebody and then change. So you want to be careful about, like, just standing in the open right as the gate opens. So, we are standing too far up right now, but our team is also standing too far up, which kind of makes us stand too far up as well. If your team's gonna stand like this, I mean, okay, so this is gonna sometimes not be good advice, but, like, if this kind of position, it's good advice. So, our team's gonna stand up in the gate. We're playing Zenyatta. We don't want to stand up in the gate, because we're very squishy, and we're a support. We want to be as far back as possible. So we don't want to stand in the gate, but we can't see out right now, because the wall's in the way. So stand on the left side of the statue if your team's in this kind of position, but you do have to watch this window like a hawk. Hopefully your team isn't actually standing in the gate, because it's really hard to stand in the gate. You want to be standing, like, sort of where we are, but a little bit further back, and then you just sort of use that alleyway as a choke, and then you, like, kill them as they come through the gate, because it's just really hard to stand up here. They can break shields so easily, and you just sort of, like, get killed from their spawn, basically. So we don't want to stand, like, here. We want to stand, like, here, but a little further back. If your team is standing up here, though, anyway, you can't see anybody as Zenyatta, because this wall's in the way. And, like, the bus is in the way as well. So, like, just stand on the left-hand side, but be very, very careful of this window. Because their flankers will come through there, and you can't see them because of this wall, so you have to watch the window very carefully. But hopefully your team isn't doing this, but given the position they're choosing to stand in, we kind of want to stand over here so that we can actually try and kill people. But, you know, we ideally want to be standing where we are standing right now, but our team is kind of standing in a not great position, which often forces you to also not stand in a great position. So Mercy's over there, low HP, we're trying to get the orb over to her. So, Farah just flew right over our head right there. Farah is basically always #1 priority for the Discord orb, because Farah is really fucking annoying and sort of demands your attention. So you usually want the Discord orb on her so that you can try and kill her as quickly as possible. They still have a Bastion, which is actually good news for us. D.Va's doing this. This is not actually a legal maneuver. And, yeah, you know, like, it's so very an illegal maneuver, she's actually gonna get killed for it. That's how not okay it was. We do want to, like, we need to be careful of, like, where we're going right now, because we're actually backing up into the enemy team right now, and we aren't looking over there, so got careful about where you're moving, because you could be moving away from Baby D.Va into greater danger right there. So be careful of where you're moving while you're fighting. So there goes Farah. Farah's fucking dead and just went to the moon. So they also have a Reinhardt, which makes things a little complicated for us, because our team is fucking awful at breaking a Reinhardt barrier. So this is not really good news for us. They do still have a Bastion, which is pretty good news. So, he just did that. Just, like, slap the Discord orb on him right there while you've got the opportunity, because, I mean, he's Reinhardt charging in. He's, like, we want him dead as quickly as possible. Mercy gets pinned, which is very, very unfortunate indeed. And now, honestly, I see Mercy get killed, and I'm like, fuck, we'll probably lose right there. Doesn't actually pan out like that. So Lucio just used Sound Barrier over there, and then his team decided not to go in with him. There was a Genji running straight at us right there, and we didn't seem to notice. That's Genji right there on the left side. This mess of pixels over here, this is Genji, trust me. So, we just kind of, like, ignore him. I guess we're trying to put the Harmony Orb on Sombra, but, like, Genji was, like, right in your face. Like, put the Discord on him and, like, shoot at him. You know, you want him away from you. So we have Transcendence, that's good. We don't use Transcendence very well during this game, but we haven't gotten there yet either. So we're starting to lose ground right now, and we're not really killing anybody, so we're not really regaining the ground. There's a lot of people in the building on the left side, so we've got to be careful of that. Justice is right above our head right now. We'd never use our ultimate. We use our ultimate now after the Justice is already done. There are certain ultimates in this game that when you hear them, you should basically just ult. Justice is one of them. Dragon Blade is another. Attack Visor. The very, very threatening ultimates. Death Blossom. As soon as you hear them, you usually just want to ult as Zenyatta, because you don't want to die. And you usually have a very narrow window where you can use the ultimate and not get killed. So, as soon as you hear Justice, just ult. She's also right above our head, and then we just, like, I don't know if we didn't notice or just, like, reacted late, but, like, as soon as you hear it, just ult. So, Reinhardt's behind us. He just used Hammer Down. That really fucking sucks. And, yeah. There's a lot of like, they're coming at us from a lot of angles, which is really not very good for us. Here's what I'll say, though, right? So we use Transcendence. Okay, I would have used it sooner, but we use Transcendence. So Reinhardt's right there. When Transcendence is running out, you want to try and get as far away as possible. Like, you want to still like, get as much use out of the Transcendence as possible. When it's running out, you want to get as far away again as possible. Because Zenyatta wants to be really far away. You don't want to be close to people. Because Zenyatta, he's got no fall off. As long as you're in range to put your orbs on people, you're inside your effective range. So just, like, back up, like, not this way. Fuck, I pushed a button. God damn it. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. When Transcendence is running out, basically try to run over to, like, this area, because this is as far away from them as you can get and still be, like, in your effective range. Don't just, like, hang out on the point. You want to be away from the point as much as possible, because the point is generally where the most aggro is going to be put on. So you want to be, like, as far away as possible from it. Generally up on high ground, if possible as well, but King's Row doesn't really allow for that very much. But, so, like, as soon as Transcendence is running out, just, like, get away. Because you don't want to be close to people. So, yeah, all this happens, you know, there's Reinhardt. Didn't look like we noticed Reinhardt either, but Reinhardt is the #1 priority, really, because he's, like, behind us, and he's a really scary big German man. I don't think we noticed him. So, do we get rezzed here? No, we don't. Okay, there's a point we get rezzed at, and I was trying to remember if it was there. So, we've managed to fend them off miraculously. We do have to walk all the way back, but they got killed, so then it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get back. Torbjorn's over there building himself a turret. So, there's Pharah. We're trying to shoot at the Pharah. We've got the Discord Orb on her. So, now there's an Orisa instead, which is a better news for us, honestly, because her head is fucking huge, which is great news for Zenyatta, really. Our Sombra's dead, it doesn't matter, she's been doing nothing. We don't have to worry about it. She was not really here anyway. We are still bad at breaking barriers, but we got her in the end, so that's good. We've got our orbs up basically all the time, so that's good. That's a very important part of playing Zenyatta. Armor right there, we're going to pick up the armor. Now we're Zenyatta with armor, which is fantastic news, because the armor damage reduction gets applied to shields as well if you have them, so this is great news for us. So, Pharah's up in the air. Again, we're trying to shoot her. We don't shoot her. I mean, you know, it's hard to hit Pharah as Zenyatta. Like, lead your shot a little bit more, but, like, that's like getting into, like, aim better, which is not helpful advice. So, this feels pretty bad, and, yeah, we kind of, like, have to come forward to touch the point. But then our team starts to recollect a little more. Holy shit, there's Pharah. Wait for it. Just ult. Just ult. Just ult. Again, some ults, you see it, you just ult immediately. That's the time you do it. Probably thought you could kill her before she killed you. Don't take the risk. Like, just ult. Don't chance it. So, turns out Mercy's got her ultimate anyway. This is where we're gonna get rezzed. And we just use our ult as soon as we can when we get up, which is fair enough. Again, when it's running out, try to get away from them. We kind of, like, go into them a little bit more, which is not where we want to be. Oh, fuck, attack visor's happening. Whole enemy team's in front of us. Oh, fuck, we're pretty fucked. Yeah, you know. And we don't get back in time, unsurprisingly. So, is the play of the game in this replay? No, it is not. Alright, so. The biggest things that stand out in this game is ult execution, where, like, Lucio, we're too afraid to use it aggressively. We just, like, squandered this opportunity that we had to try and go in, because we're too afraid to use our ultimate. Zenyatta, we don't use it quickly enough when threatening ultimates are happening, and like, the first one we don't get punished overly so for it, because she doesn't kill very many people. Second time, we could have been punished a lot harder if Mercy didn't have her ultimate. If scary ultimates are happening and you're playing Zenyatta, just ult. Even if you think you might be able to kill the person, just ulting is the safer play. It's often not worth taking the risk. Other advice, like, trying to think how to put this exactly. Like, basically, if you think your team are bad, which they probably are, just, like, don't play Lucio. Lucio, to some degree, requires his team to actually, like, do something. He can't really just, like, do it all himself. Just change to, like, Zenyatta or Ana. They're, like, more independent. They have more agency over the game. Just, like, don't try not to play heroes that are, like, dependent on your team doing something. Try to, like, just take the initiative, because you can't rely on your team to actually do anything for you. You can't anyway, but, like, especially in your SR, you can't rely on people to actually do it, so you have to, like, do it for them. So, don't be afraid to just, like, switch off Lucio, and, like, just, like, pick Zenyatta, Ana. Just, like, kill them instead. Your team can't kill them? Kill them. Just kill them for them. And then they'll be extra demoralized because an Ana or a Zenyatta is killing their entire team. And as we all know in Overwatch, the team that tilts first is the team that loses. The other thing is, like, when you're playing Lucio, try to, like, it's kind of hard to base it off, like, this one game, but, try to, like, be a little bit more involved. It seems like when you're playing Lucio, you're, sitting back waiting for things to happen more than anything else. You try to be more involved in it. You want to, like, get in there and, like, fight people and, like, be with your team, like, trying to make things happen. It seems like you sit really far back as Lucio, just, like, sort of waiting for something to happen. This kind of ties in with the ult thing as well. You want to try and make something happen still. And Lucio, you can't really play him in a way where he just sits back really far and, like, touches people with his aura anymore, because his aura is too small now. You have to actually, like, go in there and do stuff with your team. So don't be afraid. Don't sit back so, afraid and, like, tentative. Just, like, go do stuff. Engage more actively with the game. Be more proactive instead of reactive. There we go. That's the way to phrase it. So, those are the biggest things that stood out to me in this game. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.